Okay, today we're going to do Unit 4, Notes number 12, which is writing from a slope and point. So if we've done writing basic, so if we're given a slope and our y-intercept, and we've done our word problems. So today we're going to talk about how we're going to go from slope-intercept form to point-slope form. So we have three different forms. We have point-slope, which is what we're going to start utilizing today because you use it whenever you're given 2 points or a slope and a point. Y-intercept we use whenever we have the y-intercept and the slope. And then standard form, it's just another type of equation. We really won't utilize it unless we're given it. And that's whenever we have to rearrange it. So whenever we are writing in point slope form, first of all, we got to remember the formula. That will be written on the board. And then you have to find the equation, and then you have to put it in the point slope form and get it into slope intercept form. So our steps for this are plug in slope, or find slope and plug it in for m. And then plug in the x coordinate for x1 and plug in the y coordinate for y1. So we won't plug anything in for x and y. We'll just plug in for x1 and y1. And then we rearrange it into slope intercept form. So in our first one, it says find the equation of the line that goes through the point -2, 4 and has a slope of 3. So this is my x1 and my y1, and this is my m. So my formula is y minus y1 equals m times x minus x1. So we're going to plug in y1, m, and x1. So y is going to stay the same. Minus 4 equals our m, which is 3, times x minus, well, it's minus a -2, so that's going to become a +2. And then we do what we're used to. We distribute 3x plus 6, and then we move our 4 over. And now it is in y equals mx plus b form. So that's all we're doing with that. Okay, next example, we're going to do the same thing. It says write the equation of the line that goes through the point 1, 5 and has a slope of -2. So this is my x1, y1, and then my slope is my m value. So my equation, y minus y1 equals m times x minus x1, and you do not have to write the equation each time. I'm just writing it to show you guys. So we're going to do y minus our y value, which is 5, equals our m, which is -2, times x minus our x1, which is 1. Distribute. -2x, -2 times -1 is going to give us a +2. And then we're going to add 5 over. So we get y equals -2x plus 7. And that is my answer. Okay, let me know if you guys have any questions on that. We're going to move on to example 3. So example 3, we're still writing it, except now we have to find the slope, but we can use any of those points. So our slope, since we're given the points, we can either find slope from the points. So make a table. So we're going to do 1, 5, and 2, 2. Or you can do your rise over your run. You're rising 1, 2, 3, and running 1. So from this, we're going down 3. We're going up 1. So we're going to have -3 over 1. So my slope is -3. And then it doesn't matter what point you use. So I'm going to say my m is -3, and I'm going to use the points 2, 2. Plug this in. So I'm going to have y minus 2 equals -3 times x minus 2. Distribute equals -3x plus, I forgot my x. Plus 6, and then I move my 2 over. Okay, let me know if you guys have any questions on that. We're going to move on to the back page. So on the back page, we have a couple different types of problems just to kind of review. The first one says write the equation of the line that goes through the point -8, -1 and has a slope of 3/4. So we're doing the exact same thing as we did on the front page. So this is our x1 and y1. So we're going to have y minus -1, so it's going to become a positive 1, equals our slope, which is 3/4, times x minus our x1, well, it's a -8, so it's going to become positive. Distribute. Equals 3/4 x. 3/4 times 8 is going to be 6. And then move your 1 over. So you're going to get y equals 3/4 x plus 5. That's in slope-intercept form. Next, we're going to look at our graph. It says the graph shows a relationship between Mrs. Mariani's pencils and the number of months. Find the rate of change, which is the same as the slope of the graph, and explains what it means. So let's find our 2 points, because we got to find our 2 points to find slope. And if you guys remember, I always said our y-intercept is 1, and then it looks like this will be another point. So we had to figure out how much am I rising. I rise 1 box, but if you see from 200 to 250, we're actually going up 50. And then we 1, 2, 3. Those are going up by 1, so we can do 3. So your slope is going to be -50 over 3. What does this mean? Well, first, since that is not going to simplify down, that's not going to simplify down into a whole number. We're going to just do 50 divided by 3. It's going to give us 16.7. So this means over 1. If you guys looked at your labels, your y was pencils and your x is months. So this is pencils over months. So what does this mean? It means since it's negative, she loses 16.7 pencils every month. So you're telling me per every month or per every day or week how much she's going down or up by. What's the y-intercept? The y-intercept is 250. So 0 to 50. 0 is our months. 250 is our pencils. So this means at 0 months, she has 250 pencils. So now that we know the y-intercept and the slope, we're going to write it in our equation. It's going to be y equals -16.7x plus 250. And we are finished. Okay, going down to the next one, describe the transformation. So this is where we have a max of 3 transformations. We're going to start by looking at our negative sign. If there's a negative, there's a reflection over the x-axis. This is called, you guys can put rocks instead. Then we look at the 5. It's bigger than 1, so this is a vertical stretch by 5. And our last thing is this +2, and that means there's a shift up by 2. Okay, let me know if you guys have any questions over that. We're going to go on to our last problem, which is another word problem. It says you are getting cable installed at your house. The company charges an initial fee. So initial fee, think about that. It's a one-time fee to come to your house, and then $15 an hour to install and set up the cable. Write an equation in slope-intercept form to model the situation. So slope-intercept is y equals mx plus b. So we have y equals, the number that's changing is the $15 an hour, so that's going to be our 15x, and then plus the 55 because it's a one-time fee. Then we have to define our variables, x and y. So x is always going to be number of something. So if you have to think, what am I multiplying 15 by each time to figure out the cost? That would be hours. So this would be number of hours. And our y is going to be our total cost. Reasonable domain, our domain is our x value, so we can't go anything below 0 hours. So we're going to have, it's going to be, oops, let me see. X is greater than or equal to 0. Okay, that is it for the notes today. If you guys have any questions, please let us know, and you guys can get started on the homework.